Hello everybody, Ken Faulkner coming to you. Another knife video. Last one from Don Farmer, DNK Knives. Please go check him out. He's been really kind to me and kind to a lot of other channels out there. You know, we need to, support. When people put out their effort to support, what goes around comes around, and it should be that way. So anyway, I'm definitely going to support. I have to admit I haven't bought anything from DNK Knives yet, but certainly after I come back from Blade Show and recover financially from the huge amount of money I'm probably going to dump there, I'm definitely going to check it out. All right, guys. One more quiet carry. We did the 9, we did the Drift, a couple of great knives from Quiet Carry. This one's one that I was not that familiar with. You may have seen it before. This one's called the IQ, and there it is. And it's quite the gent knife in my mind. You can almost not see it because it's all blacked out there. But let me get it out of the box, get this stuff out of the way, and we'll talk about it. This is the IQ from Quiet Carry. Look at the texture. It's got great texture. Obviously, you can tell throughout. You didn't get the texture on this side. Let me wipe this guy off. But you definitely get good quality coming from Quiet Carry knives. I think that's been pretty obvious in the videos that I've been able to do on these ones that Don has sent. We got the centering is right there, and the milling is excellent, and it's a slim carry. It doesn't, obviously not going to take up a lot of room, and it looks very, very nice. And it is what I would consider to be a gent carry. In my mind, gent carry is something that you're going to wear when you're dressed up a little bit more. Maybe you're going out somewhere a little bit more fancy. Now it used to be, because I work in an office, and it used to be in the office, especially you got customers coming in or something like that, everybody would dress up. They'd tell you, hey, wear a tie. That was a while ago. Obviously, I've been working for this same company for over 30 years now, and I've seen a lot of changes over the years. And the dress codes have definitely changed. And part of it's being in California. We got a very casual kind of atmosphere, attitude in California. And so, yeah, we kind of stopped dressing up. Most days, you can see people coming in jeans during the week. It started out with casual Fridays, and then it just kind of became a thing. And nobody says anything, and it just continues to happen. I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, it is more comfortable. Anyway, this is not about getting dressed up or not dressed up. This is about this knife. So let's flick it out. It is quite a, it's almost like one of those, what do you call them? On a fixed blade where you have the spay blade. It's almost kind of got that shape, or it might be, it's not really dropping. I guess a sheep's foot would tend to drop all the way down, but you could kind of say that it's kind of sheep's foot. It definitely has the utility cut. It's a bit long. You really have to reach out your finger to get up there to do a utility cut on something. It's a decent sized blade. I'm thinking maybe at least 3 inches, maybe a little bit more. Who knows? Let's see. Get out the trusty ruler that's like as old as I am. Oh, and it's also made in the USA, baby. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at about 3 1/4 inch blade length. And the handle is a little over that 4 inch mark. So as far as that size is concerned, I like it. It's very neutral in the handle. It's just got that kind of rectangular shape, but it's got a little bit of chamfering here and chamfering here. It's got your quiet carry dots. So we got our trademark shown on both sides, as it is on all their knives, as far as I can tell. Insert there. You can tell that it has to be pretty well centered because there's not a lot of room when you get up here between the scales and the blade itself. It's not super lightweight as far as a gent carry is concerned. There's a little bit of milling inside here. If it's coming up on the camera, try to get the light just right. There's a little bit of milling, but not too much. It's not an overly large size knife, mainly because of the height this way. It doesn't really, what are we looking at? We're talking about maybe a little over a quarter. So what is that? That's quarter would be like 13/16 to get real technical. It says quiet carry on the blade, not much else there. It's got the blacked out blade. Really nice looking coating on here. I don't know what coating, but it does look like something that could be a DLC or something of that quality. And then M390, so it's an M390 blade. We're talking titanium. I'm sure the clip, let me get a little magnet here. We'll check, do a little magnet test on the scales. Not getting anything on the clip. Obviously you're going to get it on your pivot. But yeah, so good quality materials, and it's a great looking knife. It's not really my type of knife. I don't have a ton. I started thinking, how many knives like this do I really have in my collection? And I kind of had to make a stretch. There was one that I'll show here last as a comparison knife. That's very close. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have a lot of knives. This one's a Kaiser LP, and it's somewhat similar. It's got a little bit more going on here. Usually with a gent knife, you don't have as much of a pattern, I don't think, at least in my mind. But otherwise, it's very similar knife to the LP lengthwise. So that's a good knife. This is similar because of the rectangular shape, but this is the Kaiser Feist, and it does have that, when you got them closed up next to each other, it does have that rectangular shape, so the blade doesn't show much. Now it does show a little bit, but with the quiet carry, with the IQ, it really doesn't show at all. Obviously the Feist is going to be, you got that top or front flipper, and the blade shape is quite different, but it does kind of have a gent vibe to it because it's so kind of low profile when it's closed and whatnot. Another one here, let's go with this one. This is a nice looking knife. I can't remember the name of it. I'll end up putting that one up on the screen. Artisan Cutlery. And so it does also, although it does taper down, so it's not quite as rectangular, it does kind of have that gentness. That carbon fiber kind of comes through. It's got titanium carbon fiber, and I'll throw the name of that one on the screen, but it's still kind of a reach. Another one that's a reach but is well known to be a gent or an office type knife or something like that would be the CRK CEO, which is got carbon fiber in this case. So again, you're kind of getting, it's got a little gold accents on it, gold-ish looking. So it's kind of got that classy kind of look to it. So this is kind of getting more in the ballpark. This is definitely more of that flat back type design, and a very slim blade, much more slim of a blade. But you're kind of getting in that category, a little longer, a little thinner, Definitely rectangular, and definitely no blade showing when it's closed. The one that I have that is the closest to it, let me get up the name of it so I don't have to put too many things on the screen. I gotta bring up my spreadsheet real quick. Knife collection, and we're looking. This one is from, and this is my only one from Real Steel. I've shown this before on the channel, but I just am so bad with names. This one is called the G5 Metamorph. G5 Metamorph. So you look at these two. We'll close it up and we'll look at them side by side. Definitely a closer version. Get them both clip up. Turn it around. Definitely a closer version. Lengthwise, as far as the blade being hidden, the coloring of it being all black as well. Definitely a more budget version. This has got the G10 and G10, and it's a 14C28N blade steel, so more budget, but still a nice knife. Just ignore the hair and the fingerprints. But yeah, definitely much closer, and I do like that knife quite a bit. So yeah, so clearly this is as close as I could get in my collection. So clearly it's not my go-to for knives. Certainly when I'm spending a little bit more money, I tend to have a different style. We'll see that when I get into the Faulkner 5 coming up. Pretty soon I'll be talking about that. Those are going to be more of my premium knives. Those are the ones that I'm like willing to spend a little bit extra money on, just because that's like more in my wheelhouse. But I do like a variety. I like to have different types of knives and different shapes. I mean, that's why I picked up the CEO. I mean, it's not something that I carry a lot, but it represents a knife style that I like to have in my collection. I like to have different ones, and every once in a while I feel like carrying that CEO. So, you know, that's the reason why I do tend to have a variety. But like I say, when it comes down to when I'm really spending money, that's when I start thinking, okay, what do I really like in a knife? You know, what is cool, what is different? I'll get maybe a little more budget version, but when I really spend the money, it's gonna be something cool. So if you do like gent knives, if you're a big fan, I don't know what the price of this thing is. Probably should have looked it up. Maybe I'll put it in the description, or I'll put it up on the screen. What I'm seeing, if it's even available. I know that quiet carries can be a little difficult to get. Anyway, we're all done with the 3. I'm going to do one more video, just kind of wrap them up, kind of a quick one, just kind of show them all and compare them to each other. I was talking about cutting. I haven't cut really much of anything. I'll probably cut a little paper on that video just to see how, because these all really seem to be very slicey knives. There's a tendency in general, even though this is not super thin here, but it's got tall, flat. I think that this will cut really well. So maybe we'll do just a little cutting. Since they aren't my knives, I don't want to do a lot, but that would give us an opportunity to compare the knives and finish up the quiet carry, so I can get this stuff back to Don, who's been so kind and not pressuring me at all, honestly. He said, you know, take your time. So he's been exceptionally good about it. Great guy, so I can't say enough good things about him. You guys take it easy, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.